Okay, let's unpack this. You've brought us a source today that, well, it looks incredibly simple on the surface.
That's right. We're doing a deep dive on, believe it or not, a dialogue called At the Coffee Shop A1 Level Dialogue.
A1 level, wow. So, like, absolute beginner stuff, barista, customer, coffee order. My first reaction was, honestly, what can we possibly dig into here?
And that's precisely the point. It's fascinating how much fundamental real-world communication is packed into just those few lines. Our mission for you today is to sort of look beyond the simplicity.
Okay.
We want to analyze the core language, yes, but also that incredibly predictable flow you see in almost any service interaction like this. It's like finding the hidden blueprint.
All right, I like that. Hidden blueprint, challenge accepted. So where does this blueprint, kick off? Starts with the greetings, right? Good morning, welcome.
Exactly. And that's not just being nice, is it? It's the essential opening ritual. It signals, okay, the interaction is starting. It sets up who's who, server, customer, and yeah, creates a welcoming vibe, defines the whole context immediately.
Uh-huh. And the barista doesn't really waste time after that. What would you like? That's pretty direct.
It is direct, and it's the crucial pivot from just greeting to the actual transaction. It's basically saying, okay, tell me what you need. And what's interesting is the customer's reply, I would like a coffee, please.
Right. Not, I want a coffee or just barking coffee, why I would like. It feels a bit more, I don't know, formal, but still common.
It's a classic move in English, using would like to soften the request. It's standard politeness, especially when you're asking for service. It just sounds less demanding than I want.
And the please reinforces that.
Definitely. Even though it's a transaction, money will change hands, that please signals respect. It's part of the politeness code.
So main item stated, coffee, then boom, straight into refining the order.
Precisely. The next logical step is getting the details. The barista needs specifics, so they ask the key questions: size, small, medium, or large. And then the customization, would you like milk or sugar? Structured information gathering.
And the customer gives exactly what's needed. Medium, please. Then, yes, a little milk and 1 sugar, please. So now we know. It's a medium coffee, milk, 1 sugar, nailed down.
See how efficient that is? Just a couple of exchanges using really standard phrases, and all the key info about the main item is clear. It's like a mini template for customization.
Okay, coffee order sorted. What's the next kind of predictable beat in this coffee shop dance?
Well, often it's the chance for an upsell, or maybe just an add-on. The barista does this with anything to eat. It's a gentle nudge, a standard cross-sell attempt built right into the conversation flow.
And the customer goes for it. Yes, a muffin, please. But it needs another step, doesn't it?
Right. Can't just leave it at muffin. The barista needs to know which one. So they list the options. We have chocolate, blueberry, and banana, another little clarification loop inside the main transaction.
Showing how choices are offered.
Exactly. And the customer specifies, blueberry, please. So now the full order is clear. Medium coffee, milk, 1 sugar, and a blueberry muffin. Got it. Main item, add-on, all specified. That must take us to the payment part. Yep. The barista pulls it all together, confirms the total cost. That's $5.50. This is the crucial exchange of value moment.
And the customer's line, here you go, when handing over payment, that's just universal, isn't it?
It really is. Super simple, functional phrase. Completes their side of the payment action. Then the barista says, thank you. And then the actual fulfillment. Here is your coffee and muffin, the physical handover of the goods.
And finally, it doesn't just end with the exchange. There's another layer of politeness to wrap things up.
The closing ritual, just like the opening one. Thank you very much, from the customer acknowledging the whole service.
And the barista's reply, you're welcome, and often that little extra enjoy, a final pleasantry.
Yeah, well wish. It caps it off nicely. Along with the final thanks, have a nice day. You too. It really brings it full circle, bookending the whole thing with courtesy, just like it started.
So looking back at this, seemingly basic A1 dialogue, we've actually sketched out a really fundamental service pattern, haven't we? Opening ritual, stating the order, refining it medium coffee, milk, 1 sugar, handling the add-on, that blueberry muffin, then the payment details, $5.50 the handover, and that closing ritual.
Exactly right. That basic structure, using these very typical phrases, it's an incredibly efficient blueprint for communicating in tons of everyday situations. It's not just the words, it's the sequence. It's how the actions and responses flow so predictably, It cuts down on confusion.
Yeah.
It really shows how much gets communicated just by following the expected pattern, not only by the specific words. So here's something to think about. How much unspoken agreement about politeness, about the steps in a transaction, about how information should be exchanged, is actually packed into just these, 10 or 12 lines? What does the sheer predictability and, frankly, the efficiency of this simple A1 exchange tell us about how we navigate daily life and what our brains expect in these common spots?
That really does make you see the hidden layers in something you do almost automatically. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.